Hi, it's John from Crafts by John UK. Today's project is this. This is a background or piece of a card which I've used a texture paste and I've coloured it. So this is the angle today. I'm going to show you, because people may not realise, you can colour texture paste using different products so that it matches the colour palette that you've chosen in your project. This opens up a world of opportunity in terms of making things look interesting and coordinated. So if you want to see how I did this with quite simple products, stay tuned. Okay, let's get started then. So we've got our bits and pieces we need. So I've got a panel of coloured paper that I'd already made. It was left over from a previous project and it was created using a jelly plate. Apologies, my camera's wobbling a little bit there, I just noticed, but hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. So this is our panel. It's a kind of a smushy, blobby effect that I created on a jelly plate, and it was just a leftover from a previous project. So I'm just going to be using that. The other product I've got is here the Ranger Distress Texture Paste Opaque. So this is a white paste that we use with a spatula. I've got a little plastic spatula there, you can see. So all I'm doing is taking a little bit of that out, just estimating how much I need, and just blobbing that onto my cutting mat. And you can do this onto a glass tile or a plate, whatever, but it's relatively easy to clean up. Now this is what I'm going to be using to colour. These are brushos, so these are these pigment powders. Now I've picked a yellow ochre there because I want a yellow to tone in my project. I'm just dropping a little bit of the powder there, and then with my spritzer, literally spritzing it. Now I'm going to use my palette knife there to just smush that and mix it in. And you can see you get very vibrant colour. That's one of the great things about brushos. Pixie powders, those kinds of products, it's a real hit of colour. So it's not difficult to add that colour to something like texture paste, but it's something people maybe never thought of, because I think a lot of people tend to use it straight out the pot, and the colour that you've bought, you can change that colour. So think about different products you've got. You could try this with all sorts of different inks and different colours. I'm using this Let It Snow stencil. Just simply laying that on my piece of scrap. I didn't even tape it down because it's going to be pretty much one pass. And I'm just smushing that obviously through the stencil with the scalpel, trying to get an even layer. Now this is a piece of a card that I'm going to use. I've got a background with the same effect on it. This is just going to be a little foreground panel that I put on it, and I'm going to back it with probably black paper. So there we go. I'll just pull that away. How great does that look? Obviously we've got some that's gone onto the cutting mat there, but you can see we've got a lovely Let It Snow, and that colour really stands out. And if I'd just done that in white, it wouldn't have looked so good. So remember, your texture paste is a useful product, but also you can colour it, and think at what opportunities that gives you in terms of other future projects where you may have different panels. So simply texture paste. This is the opaque product. I think it will work with all of them. The brushos, spritzer and a palette knife, and that's all you need. Thanks for watching. Give me a like and thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Catch you next time.